Your Life in Sex Island, Chapter 2, In Praise of Professional Liars, page 46. Ah, yes, we do love our professional liars, and we pay them well. This buys us some of the best in the history of the world. War is glorious and necessary, they tell us. Oh yeah, but they don't go to do battle themselves. I was weaned on the Second World War, so that is the basis of my thinking. I was really weaned earlier. I did not continuously suckle until I was 10, and I did not begin again until I was 20. Yes, there were moral dilemmas concerning the Second World War, and yes, there was propaganda, and yes, there were lies. But at the time, I remembered no one questioning the internment of Japanese U.S. citizens. No one objected to the firebombing of Dresden. No one second-guessed the dropping of the atomic bomb twice. Tojo still didn't want Japan to surrender. No one was appalled when Patton said something like, "We grease the treads of our tanks with the guts of our enemy," if in fact he did say it. We wanted as many Krauts and Japs killed as possible, and if they suffered as they died, good. Well-deserved and good riddance. We sat hypnotized by the little Cyclops green eye on our radio during the Battle of the Bulge. Goddamn static. We thought that we were closing in on the bastards in Berlin, and now the sons of bitches were murdering us. Maybe we could lose yet. No hyperbole. This was life or death. Kill the no-good sons of bitches. Kill their wives. Kill the children, kill the cows, kill their dogs, destroy their cities, destroy their farms, kill, kill, kill the dirty, filthy sons of bitches. Loose lips sink ships. We believed it entirely. Don't talk about what you do on your job. The enemy may be listening. When we heard that milkweed seed pods were needed for Mae West, no relation, we took gunny sacks up and down the railroad tracks and gathered hundreds of pounds by ourselves. I mentioned elsewhere that my brother Al was shot down over the Pacific, and only 3 survived from the bomber crew and were picked up by seaplane. This war was personal. When lard, or bacon drippings, was needed for ammunition, we went without butter and lard. I still have half-filled books of dime saving bonds that I bought to fight the war. Our lives depended upon it. But since then, my God, since then, what has happened? These fucking half-ass wars that are fought on lies to satisfy the vested interest, to enrich the rich, and to provide pleasure to the president, are disgusting political posturing to enrich the few at the expense of the many, and no one gives a shit if a bunch of people are killed. Make the warlords happy. I feel sorry for the soldiers. Korea was still fought by draftees. My brother Leo was on his way there when the goddamn papers were signed ending the war. But since then, it has been the Roman legions who are or were so poor that they had to trade murder for bread, to fight the Gauls or the Picts, or to suffer the ignominy of petty ghetto life or the equivalent. Wars will defeat the mightiest nation. Wars will defeat the mightiest nation. No one can be victorious in war. I think someone said that you can no more win a war than you can win a hurricane. There were 3 boxers in my family. Dave and Leo fought in the Fox River Valley High School Catholic Conference in the 40s, often fighting each other because both of their opponents forfeited. All was a draw, both meanings. Fortunately, Dave knocked a nun down the stairwell, and I didn't have to go to St. John's Catholic High School in Little Chute. I hit my nun when I was in 3rd grade. She hit me first. What was I to do? I was always a bit ahead of Dave. This had 2 results. First, I sure as hell never hit another nun. I never wanted to get into that much trouble again. Second, the nuns must not have known that I would never hit another nun. They certainly were all very nice to me after that. and I fought in the Golden Gloves and varsity at the University of Wisconsin. Leo had 47 ring fights and a great win-loss record, but didn't make varsity at the UW. Dave actually turned pro. I, at 135 pounds, sparred hundreds of hours with Dave at 220 pounds. I had only a few fights and not a great win-loss record, 50%. One knockout. I was never knocked down in the ring. Dave and Leo were fighting high school kids, a high school conference. I fought just below the pro level, a university conference, during college boxing's last hurrah. One time, someone came up to my brother Leo in Whitey's bar in Little Chute and said, "I hear that you've been bragging that you can kick the shit out of anyone in the Fox River Valley." Leo said, "That was probably my brother Dave, but it doesn't make any difference because I can kick the shit out of him. You want to try me?" I only had one street fight after grade school. I was jumped by strangers who regretted it. Dave had a lot of street or bar fights. He won them all. He was buried with a bite scar on his chest and a glass ball in his eye socket and a scar under his eyebrow that I gave him. You can't win a fight. Dale Carnegie said you can't win an argument. I was in a store the other day, and How to Win Friends and Influence People is still in print after 70 years. I must have read it 60 years ago. You certainly can't win a war. Who won? The Hatfield or McCoys? Did Aaron Burr win? Hamilton? Who won? The Capulets or the Montagues? Or more to the present, who won in Afghanistan? Russia or the Mujahideen freedom fighters? Who wins death and destruction? The North, you say, won the Civil War. The South surrendered and the Union was preserved. There was jubilation that the war was over. Did Grant and Lincoln have a great celebration? Or were they profoundly sad? How many rotting bodies of young men make you happy? How much gangrene is a joy? How much starvation is a blessing? Yeah, I am terribly, terribly naive. And the American warlords and professional liars who bring you death and destruction on a silver platter are intelligent and sophisticated. War is a destructive force. I feel like such an idiot saying that. It is so damned obvious. But not many believe it. It's like saying poking your eyes out does not help you to see better, and then having some neocon person look at you as though you were some sort of idiotic traitor. What do you mean, you fucking liberal asshole? Poking your eyes out doesn't help you to see better? Are you fucking nuts? May God forgive you. I certainly won't. I mean, that's just how I feel. And I say we can fight and win 2 wars simultaneously. Let's get started. And I say you shut your fucking mouth, you traitor. You goddamn war protesters all hate America. The lying timeline is over. The wars are not. I have to stop now. The warmongers don't. Thank you for watching. If you like more, purchase the book Your Life in Sex Island by clicking the link in the description below. Thanks again.